Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? It is currently, let's see what time it is. I think it's like 6:49. 6:51 p.m. on Thursday evening. And I am uploading videos that I filmed. I have filmed 2 drama videos. The second one I didn't think I was going to make today. We'll talk about that in just a second. And then I filmed a Peter Does Stuff video, and I filmed a Peterisms video, and then I just filmed this second drama video responding to a video that Rich Lux did about my video about Robbie DeChristie, and the comments, many of the comments on there are just unbelievable, and I'm so angry right now, you guys. And I already just felt like crap. I woke up today and I just felt really, really sick. I'm sitting in here for the first part of this and I'll move it outside. I felt really sick when I woke up today. I felt like I'm like getting the flu or something. And so I texted Alex, and Alex was like, he was like, why don't you take a COVID test? So I took a COVID test. I came up negative. And I don't know. You know, like, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but like, I'm either going to have to stop reading comments on all of my channels, or I'm going to have to figure out something because, or at least on my drama channel, I'm going to have to stop reading comments because I'm just getting so heated and not read comments on other people's videos and things like that. I don't know. I just don't I guess I'm very confused about the world, about why it's such a long ask to ask people just to do what the right thing to do is. Like, I mean, didn't we learn that before we got on the bus for kindergarten and, you know, or first grade? Like, do we know the difference between right and wrong? Why is that such an ask? Why are people, like, this is the one thing, I mean, I've covered drama. My 7-year anniversary came and went. I didn't even realize that my 7-year anniversary of being on my drama channel was September 1st. So I've been doing drama for 7 years over there, right? Covering influencers, problematic influencers, something's funny, something serious. And, like, the thing that I still do not understand, like, I really do not understand, right, is that I don't understand how people are just such diehard fans of these people that literally will excuse everything away, look the other way, and they're okay with, like, very problematic things, you know? And people are like, well, Peter, would you do the same thing? Yeah. I never finished the last season of House of Cards. I don't ever plan on finishing the last season of House of Cards because of the situation with Kevin Spacey. I will never watch another Kevin Spacey movie, not that he'll ever be in one, but I'll never watch it. Mel and I wanted to read Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil for our True Crime Book Club, but I said I don't think that's a good idea to do that because then we will want to watch the movie, and that's supporting Kevin Spacey, and I don't think that's a good thing to support Kevin Spacey. And she goes, I agree. I mean, I think people think that, like, I don't apply this to my personal life, you know? But then there are people that are, like, diehard fans that will literally, like, say ruthless things for me. On Rich's video today, people were in the comment sections saying that I was blackmailing Robbie DeChristie. Christie called me for advice, okay? Robbie DeChristie called me for fucking advice. I'm sorry to cuss on this channel. I know I never cuss on this channel, but I'm, like, so heated right now. She direct messaged me, asked me to have a conversation, and then when I said, hey, this is your call, like, whatever you want to say, I was very nice to her. She said, I'm calling you for advice. I don't know what to do in this situation. I never told her what to do. I never said you have to make this video. I never said any of those things. I said, this is what I would do if I were in this situation. Chrissy, this is what I'm telling you to do. She chose not to do it. This is why she's sitting in the shitstorm that she's sitting in, right? Okay. So people are saying that I'm blackmailing Christy, that I'm using Christy for clout, that I'm talking about her, that I don't really care about the issue. when I've talked about all of these issues with all these influencers ad nauseum on that channel. But now that it's about Robbie DeChristie, it's a huge ordeal, right? Like, now that it's about Robbie DeChristie, it's like this huge ordeal. Okay. I don't really understand why it was that big of an ask, okay, or a suggestion. You know, like, for her audience is the one that's asking it. I'm not even asking it, okay? I have no investment in Robbie DeChristie whatsoever. It made me sad because I liked her as a YouTuber, but it wasn't like I was going to all of her videos and watching them every day and all that kind of stuff. I mean, when her Instagram stories would come up, I would, like, go through them and whatever. But it wasn't like I followed her that closely. We maybe had, like, 5 interchanges in DMs through, like, the last 7 years on Twitter, and that was it. Like, the other day was the first time I talked to her when she asked me, and she called me for advice, but I'm being called a blackmailer and a snake. Then somebody on the video, on Rich's video, and this is the second time this has happened in 2 days, they threw up in my face the accident. And they said, who am I to judge when I took somebody's life last year? Well, it was 2 years ago, actually. And I was just like, I don't talk about the accident for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons is because out of respect for the family. And the other reason is because if I ever would share any emotions or feelings that I have with it, you know, people will be like, well, Peter's victimizing himself, and there was somebody that, like, lost their life. I know that. Like, I live with that every single fucking day, you know? If I could take it all back, I would take that whole day back. I would never leave my house again if I could take that day back. But I can't. I think when people throw it in my face, what they don't realize is that they're also weaponizing it against that family, the family that lost somebody, and the other family that was involved in the other car, because it's like you're using it to weaponize me, but you're also using their pain. Like, you know, I don't leave the house very often. And I enjoy my house, you know. Hold on a second, let me get this video started to get it uploaded.
Hey guys, here.
And nope, shut up. You know, I don't leave the house very often. You know, I went out and ran errands with Alex on last Friday. We went to brunch on Sunday. The Friday previous to that, just 2 days before, he took me on some errands in the morning. I hadn't left the house previous to that since... Why is this not uploading? Come on. I hadn't left the house prior to that. What is going on? Why does it say waiting? I hadn't left the house prior to that since Sunday. I like my house. I feel safe at my house. I feel comfortable at my house. I like my neighbors and things like that. But to never leave the house, you know, just to be sitting here all day long, and like I film videos and I'm with Boo Radley. I'm literally alone for like 8 or 10 hours a day. And I don't, to be honest with you, I really don't mind it. Like, I have a lot of thoughts that go through my head, you know, like, I live with that accident every single day. And I just play it over and over and over in my head, you know? So then when I have people that throw it in my face, it's like before when I was beating myself up. I mean, this is like such a small example in comparison to that, but it's like before when I was like beating myself up about my weight, and then people in the vlog, or they would take pictures of me standing in the kitchen and throw them up on Twitter and things like that, and they would say, you know, like, he's never gonna lose weight, and they would call me all like, you know, horrific names associated with people that are overweight and things like that. And it's like, I already know this. Like, I already know the things that you said, right? Like people make it like I set out that morning. Like, this is what's crazy to me, right? Like, people make it out, people that really hate me, like, make it out like I set out that morning with the intention of what happened. It had been 23 years since I'd had a seizure. I only ever had one grand mal seizure. My doctors told me I probably never would ever have another one in my entire life. I would never have gotten in a car if I ever thought that was approved to drive in the state of Indiana. I was approved by my doctors. I never thought that that would happen. If I ever thought that that would have ever happened, I would never have gotten in a car. You live with that every single day. You know that. This is a lot of what I talked about to my therapist, you know, is that one of the I'm like in my head like, should I share this? Because I don't think some people will agree with this, and it is whatever. But one of the things that my therapist said to me months ago was, this is not something that you did to him. This is something that happened to the both of you. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not. I've worked so hard in my life, you know, being sober, to be a better person so I don't harm people's lives, and then I get in a car and this happens. And I don't even remember it happening, you know, like I didn't even know anything that had happened until like 5 days in the hospital. I don't have any recollection of it. I don't remember anything, you know. And then I have people that throw it in my face and use it and weaponize it against me, you know. It's like, you know, I know a lot of people are worried about me. A lot of people have reached out recently and they've said, like, Peter, I'm worried about you. I hope you're okay, and blah, blah, blah. You like seem, you know, like upset. Koei reached out to me yesterday, which was really sweet. I appreciate it, Koei. A lot of other people have too. And, which was good because it gave me an opportunity to tell Koei that I was happy that his move went well. Because I meant to reach out to him earlier, but it reminded me to say that. So, Koei, I'm glad that your move went well, you and your husband. Like, here's the thing. It's like, like, ask me most days, are you doing good? Yeah, I feel most days like I'm doing good. Like, I feel like I'm doing better now than I've been in a long time, right? But the stalking and the harassing is consistent. Some people have stopped. There's new people that are starting up, and other people have never let down. I mean, it's consistent. It's always there, right? And it's a very in-depth process to deal with it behind the scenes. It's not like these people are working on it 24 hours a day, you know? So that's always there, which freaks me out. I'm so thankful for my support system, but like, you know, I'm such a believer that we all have stuff in our lives that we're dealing with. I mean, there's so many of you out there that are chronically ill and don't leave your houses ever, or can't, you know, or those of you that spend so much time in the hospital, or that you've experienced a lot of loss, or you're going through horrific breakups, or, you know, I mean, we all have stuff in our lives, right? There comes a point where you have to choose, am I going to stay stuck in this stuff all the time? I don't even really know what I'm talking about in this vlog today, to be honest with you, but there comes a point where you say, am I going to stay stuck in this stuff all my life, or am I going to live a life? Like, I'm here, right? Like, I'm still here. And I have a lot of survivor's guilt. I'm like, why wasn't it just me that was gone, you know? Like, that would just have been so much easier for the whole situation, you know? Not that I wanted that, but like, I'm just saying, like, but there came a point where I was just like, I had to just be like, okay, at some point, you have to live your life. Like, you have to live, you know, like, and so I do the best that I can. And most days I do pretty good. You know, most days I watch my shows and I hang out with Alex, or go to a meeting with Tanya, or went to the casino with Valerie last night. I have good times. I have an amazing life. I really do. Like, I mean, I'm not lying about that when I say that in videos. Like, I have a life beyond my wildest dreams. I mean, the fact that I can work from home, you know, because I don't drive. I mean, like, that's a miracle, right? Like, you guys give me that. And I love my home. My home is cozy to me, you know, and I get to be with Boo Radley all day long, so that's a blessing, right? Like, I have so many blessings in my life. I feel surrounded by love and support, and I have a great therapist and a great sponsor, and they really help me see things, you know, but it doesn't take away from the pain. It's not like, and I don't want people to worry and be like, God, Peter, I'm really worried about you. Like, you seem really upset. I'll be fine. Like, tomorrow I'll be fine, you know, like, or maybe I won't. I don't know, but that's life, you know, like, and I'll call people up. I'll call my sponsor and be like, I'm really struggling today, you know? That's my plan. As soon as I get off this vlog, is to call her up and be like, I'm not doing okay today. Like, I'm struggling today. That's okay. That's honest. That's real. That's human, right? Like, and she'll say, okay, what's going on? And I'll tell her. And she won't say, how dare they come for you, and say all this kind of stuff. She'll say, well, that's really not about you. That's about them, which I already know. She's going to say everything I already know, you know? And she'll say, but what's this bringing up for you? Like, what's going on with you today, right? And I think, like, one of the things I realized lately is, because I've been real emotional, like, positively and kind of, like, negatively. I don't want to say negatively, like, being sad is negative, because I don't believe that. But, like, I've been, like, emotional, like, in a joyful way. But I've, like, been, like, emotional in, like, a really kind of sad way, too. It kind of, like, ebbs and flows, you know? And I think that one of the things is, and I actually reached out to my therapist today, and I think I'm going to call him tomorrow, and we're going to have, like, kind of, like, a little session on the phone or whatever, because I just want to ask about, I was asking about something else for a video, but I want to ask him about this, but I feel like I've gotten more emotional, and I don't think being emotional is a bad thing, but I feel like I've gotten more emotional since I've really been working through the OCD, and since I have really been working on, like, fears and the issues and the accident's one of those. And the accident is definitely one of those. Like, when things about the accident come up, it's like I'm tapping things, you know, all my OCD comes up, right? But I'm working through those OCD things because I want to get healthier, right? And so I'm, like, walking up the stairs. I'm, like, not tapping on things. I'm working really hard, right? And it's like, the more those things have been taken away from me, because I'm working through them, not like they were taken away from me, but the more those things are taken away from me, the more emotional I get. And it's almost kind of like I'm being stripped raw, which isn't necessarily, like, a bad thing. Like, that's a good thing. Like, I was talking to Valerie about it last night because I just got crying so hard in the car to Valerie. I was like, I can't believe that this is, like, the last time that we're going to the casino, you know, like, and she's like, well, we're still going to talk and FaceTime and see each other. So I was like, I know, but you're going to be like hours away. And like, I don't really have that many people in my life, you know? And I was telling her, you know, she's like, well, it's not a bad thing to be emotional, you know? I was like, no, I don't think it is at all. And she's like, it's not a bad thing to be like, because I was telling her about like working through like the OCD makes, like I feel like I'm just like stripped bare of stuff, you know? Like it's like, I can remember when I first got sober, it was like dealing with all this emotional stuff, and it was like, I didn't have the defense of drinking or using to deal with that. And so I didn't really know how to deal with it, you know? And it feels very similar to that. I know I just snorted, I'm sorry. I think what I mean, like I need to be honest, is today I'm struggling. Okay, I'm just gonna try to be as honest about this as I can, right? Because sometimes, like in meetings, when you bring things up in a meeting, like and you share real honestly, like after the meeting, like 4 people will come up to you and they'll be like, "Are you okay? Like I'm really worried about you," which is really nice, right? But at the same time, it's like, yeah, I just needed to get it out, you know? Like I have a feeling that like after I get done vlogging, like I will feel much better, right? Like I'll be like, "Whew, God, I got all that out. Like this was so cathartic for me." That's why, like, you guys are my people. Like, this vlog is cathartic for me. Even if there's not one person out there watching it, I'm just speaking to a void. Like, just even getting this stuff out is cathartic, right? But if, like, I'm being really, like, just ruthlessly honest, like, I'm really struggling today. Physically, I feel beat down. Then I feel like I'm having to constantly explain myself. I like doing the funny haha drama. I feel like I've made, like, 16 videos in a row that are all just super serious, and I'm real over it. And, but I feel like there's still things I want to talk about, so I don't want to just, like, throw up some silly video just to throw up some silly video if there's something that I want to talk about, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, but, and so, I'm just really struggling today, you know? And then the comments, and then people are just, they're just really harsh, you know? And then my friends were like, well, then just don't read the comments. Well, it's not just comments on my channels, it's comments on the other, you know, channels as well. And so I can't control that. I know I can't control people, places, and things. I get that, right? And they have a right to their opinion. I mean, in all honesty, like, I'm not talking about the person that threw up my accident in my face. Like, that's cruel, right? But when people want to say, if people think that they got misinformation and they think that I blackmailed Chris, that never happened. But if that's their assumption based on what they saw, okay, well, I mean, that's their opinion, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know them. It's not like I'm going to take it to heart, but it's still like, it's like, I'm trying to do the right thing, right? Like, I'm trying to hold these people accountable. I don't think I'm the gatekeeper on anything, right? But, like, you guys are, like, coming for me, and you're calling, you think it's horrible what I'm saying, but you're literally calling me horrific names, right? But you think that's okay. And I'm just one person, and it's taking, like, this huge toll on me. And then I got other things going on in my personal life with friends of mine, you know? Like, Alex and I, we're aces. We're doing great. You know, his family's healthy. My family's healthy, thank God. You know? But, like, I have some friends of mine that are really struggling right now that I'm very worried about. And, you know, like, I don't talk a lot about my recovery life on video just because I want to keep that anonymous for my, you know, people that I know, my friends that are sober. But, like, I got some friends that are struggling right now. I got some friends of mine that I don't know that are going to make it, you know? And I'm really worried about some people out there. And so I got all that weighing on me. And then I got people throwing stuff in my face about this accident, you know? It's like, I'm struggling today. Today is not one of Peter's greatest days. Shift to third person. Today is not one of my greatest days. Now, when I get done with this, and I talk to my sponsor, and I work through some of this stuff, and listen to a cozy mystery, and eat a good meal, maybe take a little bit of a nap, and watch some TV shows, I think I'll be better, you know? I have a toolbox today to work through these things. I have, you know, I can work on this stuff and make a gratitude list, and, you know, read some stuff that I need to read, and, you know, talk to my higher power about it, pray on it. You know, there's things I can do. I don't have to stay stuck today. Thank God. That, I mean, I used to, back in the day, thought I had to stay stuck. I don't have to stay stuck today. And hopefully I'll wake up tomorrow feeling a little bit better than I did today, you know? But today's been a tough day. So I think what I'm really saying is, and I'm not saying this in a mean way. I mean, please leave any comment that you want. Like, Peter, I'm sorry that you're struggling, or Peter, I hope you're okay, whatever. But I don't want to be reached out by 15 people, because like, I know that this video and me just sharing what's going on here will really help me. I appreciate when you guys reach out to me. I think it's really kind, like Koei yesterday. That was really nice. But sometimes when I say, like, I'm not doing, like, it's almost kind of like I don't ever want to, I don't ever lie on the vlog, but I try to keep it pretty upbeat. You know what I mean? Because I think that people, like, it's like, why would you want to tune into somebody that's having a bad day? I mean, really, though, why would you, right? But I just feel like I'm having a conversation with my friend right now. Like, that's just, it's really no deeper than that. So, we had a great time at the casino last night. We had a really fun time. I saw one of these housekeepers there that I'd become friends with for the last couple of years. And I said to him, I said, you know, I won't be coming here anymore after tonight. And I don't know, it just kind of made me sad. He was like, well, we're friends on Facebook. I was like, yeah. So, I think it's okay to have days where you struggle so that it makes you greater appreciate the days that are good. I really believe that. And I'm just struggling today. And that's okay. That's okay. I know there's a lot of you out there that are struggling, you know, and when you guys share your struggles in the Vloggerinos group or in the comment sections, it makes me realize, wow, other people out there have it much worse than I do, you know? So be really grateful for what you have. I already feel better. I already feel better talking about this. Like, this has really helped me a lot. Just getting on here and talking tonight. But I think I should get off here, and I think I need to take care of myself a little bit, and then I'll be back tomorrow, and hoping that it'll be a cheerful, happy Peter. And if it's not, I'll be honest about whatever state I'm in, you know, but hopefully it'll be a little bit happier, more cheerful Peter tomorrow. But I don't want people to worry, like, deep-seated, like I'm not doing well. Like, I'm doing okay, like, on a regular basis. It's just today has been not a great day. So anyway, I think I'm just going to end this very simply tonight. I'm just going to say, I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you. I love you. I love being able to have this outlet where I can just come and say whatever I've got to say, whatever's going on. You know, when I've had friends of mine that have passed and recovering, I've shared it. You guys have been so supportive. And when I'm having a day like today where I'm struggling, you guys were supportive. And when I'm celebrating, you guys were supportive. And I just want to say I really appreciate it. And I love this channel. It literally is my heartstone. And I love all of you. And today, I think I just want to leave you with one thing. And that is, let's just love each other a little bit more today. All right? I love you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.